What's up, everyone? Happy Wednesday. Welcome into DodgerHeads, presented by DodgerBlue.com. My name is Jeff Spiegel, joined today by Sebastian Ibarra. Sebastian, lots to get to. A Dodgers victory last night, an afternoon game with Landon Knack back on the mound today, as well as some information on Walker Buehler, Blake Treinen, and Jason Heyward. But let's start with last night's game. The good news, the Dodgers win. We know there have been lots of losses and struggles lately, so we'll take it whenever we can get it. They win 4-1. James Paxton was okay. The bullpen, 0 runs, not the prettiest shutout necessarily from the bullpen, but then, of course, an Ohtani home run, some bottom of the order magic as well. So where do you want to start? What jumps out to you most about last night's victory?
Yeah, first of all, Jeff, Merry Draftmas Eve.
Yes.
Looking forward to that.
Yes.
The big thing that stood out, like you said, bottom of the order, James Outman gets it done in the 8th. And then you have Kike Hernandez coming in earlier with 2 outs. So it's really good to see that the bottom of the lineup is starting to come around. Progress isn't linear. We all know that. They're not going to be hitting 3 for 3 all of a sudden, but it's good to see that they're getting back in some kind of rhythm, helping out the top of the lineup, not leaving them out to dry every game. So that's what I got from that.
Yeah, I'm with you. Look, Patrick Corbin on the mound, I think you've got to do better than scoring your first run in the 6th. But to your point, the positive updates of Kike Hernandez with the big hit in the 6th. He gets pinch hit for in the 8th. Outman doubles, then Rojas singles. The Dodgers tack on there. And then, of course, we can't not mention the Shohei Ohtani missile, 118.7 mile an hour home run. It's the hardest hit home run, according to StatCast, that the Dodgers have ever hit, like since they've started tracking. I believe it was the hardest hit ball in Major League Baseball this year. I believe it was one of it's the 12th hardest by any player since 2015. So an absolute, it looked like he was hitting a golf ball off of a tee, Sebastian. It didn't look like he had to figure out where the ball was going to be. So incredible stuff from Ohtani there. Again, Paxton was okay. Bullpen, 4 1/3, no earned runs, but they did allow 2 hits and 5 walks in the midst. So positives there. The Dodgers do get the victory. Let's talk big storylines, though, from today before we get into a game preview. And I think we've got to start with Walker Buehler. Set to make another start for Oklahoma City tonight. We know the last one was not his best. April 18th, 2 2/3, 4 hits, 4 walks, 2 earned runs. Doesn't even get through the full 3 innings. We've kind of had mixed reviews from Dave Roberts on, he said his stuff looked good. He just couldn't locate the curveball. Previously, it sounded like he was maybe less encouraged, less sure of how quickly Buehler might be with the major league team. And so what do you make? Do you fall in the camp of like, we should evaluate these performances as if they were spring training starts, which means who cares? Or should we put a lot of stock in kind of what he does against Sacramento and Albuquerque?
Yeah, obviously you'd want to see good results from, your pitchers as they make their way back, but I'm leaning in the camp of, it's kind of a spring training
Yeah.
type atmosphere for him. He's working his way back. The big thing with Walker is that the Dodgers really need him right now.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the season, we had all this talk about all the depth, and they had a lot of depth, but injuries to Sheehan, Kershaw's not going to be back for a while. Guys struggling, Bobby Miller on the IL. So the Dodgers suddenly have a lack of depth, and Walker could really go a long way to helping a bullpen that's been really overworked this season.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. And I think the spring training thing is ultimately where I land. I imagine if you're Walker Buehler and you've pitched in the types of games that he has, trying to get yourself excited about a Wednesday night start in Albuquerque is probably not the easiest. I think there were some quotes about how happy or unhappy he was with the automated balls and strikes system that he was surprised by in his last start. But I just was looking back at some of the Dodgers starting pitchers and what they did in spring. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, people probably have forgotten this. His last 2 spring outings, 7 2/3, 14 hits, 4 walks, 9 earned runs. So he obviously hasn't just started the regular season completely dominant. But I think the point is there's not a direct correlation necessarily between rehab starts and not. So I'm with you. The Dodgers need Walker Buehler. We don't know if this is going to be his last rehab start and then he joins the team. I'm sure that the Dodgers are hopeful. He pitches really well, can get the pitch count up, can get through like 5 innings and then be back. But that does remain to be seen. A couple other injury updates. Blake Treinen, we heard he was going to begin a rehab assignment last week. It turned out that was last night. Not awesome for Blake Treinen. 1/3 of an inning, 3 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 strikeout. But look, first time pitching this year in a long time. We know about his injury stuff from last year. This is a veteran guy. He's set to make 4 or 5 appearances. So nothing to worry about there. And then the other one is Jason Heyward, still more than a week away from a rehab assignment, not swinging a bat. So between Treinen and Heyward, I think Treinen, I would say positive update, even though the results weren't that great, but Jason Heyward, pretty concerning.
Yeah, the Treinen thing, same as Walker. He could really go a long way to helping out the bullpen where you push down a guy like Ryan Brazier, maybe get him out of like high leverage, get him in lower leverage situations, get him right, get his mechanics right, give him more room for error. And really the Dodgers have needed a lot of fresh bullpen arms. So that's a good sign, even though it's not the results you want, like Walker. It's good that he's on his way back to the club. And then Jason Heyward is pretty concerning because this body soreness that's been lingering for him has been a thing ever since he kind of ramped up his baseball activity. So it gives Andy Pages a lot more opportunity to make a mark for himself, try to establish himself at the major league level. So we'll see what becomes of that. But
yeah, I'm with you. I think Pages is a beneficiary, and I think the Dodgers, to some extent, probably want Pages to have a little bit of a runway, the same way they're giving Gavin Lux a little bit of a runway to kind of win himself the job before they hand it over to Miguel Rojas and kind of make a switch on that front. Let's talk today's game, afternoon game for the Dodgers, 3:45, I believe, first pitch against the Nationals on the East Coast. Landon Knack for the Dodgers returns to the mound. Dodgers heavy favorites, -175 in this one. Knack, 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts last time out. A little bit of a misleading line from the perspective of in his first 2/3 of an inning, he gave up both runs, 3 hits, and the walk in the first 6 batters. From that point forward, 4 1/3, 1 hit, no runs, 4 strikeouts. So kind of settled in. I'm curious to see if we get the same there. On the flip side, Jake Irvin, 6 innings, 4 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, dominated the Dodgers in a 2-0 Washington victory. So how optimistic are you that we're going to see the better version of Landon Knack today and that the Dodgers can get to a guy like Jake Irvin?
yeah, that last series against the Nats, they were really ambushing Dodgers pitchers in that first inning.
Yeah.
Especially for Landon Knack making his MLB debut, a lot of nerves and stuff. And that's what really impressed me the most was his ability to settle back in, his stick-to-itiveness to that strikeout to get out of that inning was really huge for him. And from there, he kind of cruised. I think he retired like 10 in a row at some point. So that was good. And he had a little bit more to give. He came out in the 5th inning, but he had like maybe another inning in him. So I'm excited to see how he follows that up. And then Jake Irvin, he was really effective against the Dodgers. I'd like to see them make some adjustments. I saw when they were threatening, I believe it was Will Smith, and he kind of like swung at the first pitch, but he was like way inside the plate on his hands. So I'd like to see them make some adjustments, and hopefully they can pull out a win today.
Yeah, so I'm betting there. If you want to go over 4.5 strikeouts for Irvin, that's -105. So again, he had 6 last time out. If you want to go 6, it's a +165. I would not. The Dodgers do strike out a lot, but I don't think Irvin's going to get through a full 6 innings and have an opportunity to rack those strikeouts up. So just something to keep an eye on. But I'm with you. We'll see. Landon Knack, his first road appearance in the major leagues. Yes, it's against the Nationals, another soft landing spot in an afternoon game. So we'll see how that one plays out. But make sure you check out DodgerBlue.com for the post-game recap of that one. And make sure, of course, that you're subscribed, ring the notification bell here on Dodger Blue 1958. And small plug, Sebastian mentioned it, NFL draft season is upon us. We do have some sister sites, Rams Newswire and Raiders Newswire. Both of those you can check out. I've got some content going up on Raiders Newswire, a little bit of a mock draft, and I'll be doing a recap of the Raiders day 1 and day 2 performance as well. So love the NFL draft, one of my favorite things. So make sure you check out, again, Raiders Newswire and Rams Newswire, a couple of our sister sites. That is Sebastian Ibarra. I am Jeff Spiegel, folks. Enjoy the rest of your day. As always, go Dodgers.